Live and in color from the beautiful Great Crossing High School gym. This is Cal Wilkes with Keith Greiser. We're here with the Georgetown Community Hospital Game of the Week. It's Heart Night here, and we got a game that will get the blood pumping, to say the least. It's a top 25 matchup. As Henry Clay coming in 24 hours off a buzzer-beating win at Scott County. Came back up 75 for the second night in a row. They are 20-4, and will take on the newly ranked Great Crossing Warhawks at 19-5. And Keith, Coach Steve Page has really, in the months of December and January, played a lot of games intentionally to kind of demystify a game like this for his team, and he hopes that'll pay off tonight.
Yeah, I think when I was looking back, they've won ever since they played Clark County. They've won all their games since then, and they gave Clark County everything that they wanted. George Rogers Clark, I know they like to be called that. But I think that he's got them primed and ready for a tournament run right now, and they're getting ready to peak at the right time. And when you got young kids and you're counting on freshmen to get them to peak in March and be ready to play for these tournament games, these end-of-the-season games that matter like this one against Henry Clay tonight, it's going to matter, not only for their record and for their district seeding, but for their psyche going into the district tournament. And the knowing that they can really compete at a high level night in and night out, it's going to be important to do that. So I hope to see a really great effort from them tonight.
Yeah, being over in that 41st district, Great Crossing crosses over a lot. Coach Page tries to play these 42nd teams. He has spent a lot of time playing teams from the Louisville area lately. They had the J-Town game and the Seneca game. He's played Ballard at the Lex Calf tournament. It's all geared toward this. And when you play a team like Henry Clay that's in the 11th region, you're obviously trying to send a message to everybody, but maybe especially yourself, that if and when you get there, you'll be a factor.
Yeah, and I think they've shown that. They played J-Town and have played well against some of the better teams that I think when they come focused, they can compete with anybody in the state. And they've shown that time and time again. And this is another opportunity to do that tonight.
Great Crossing coming in with a 4-game win streak, as you mentioned. That's kind of been the tipping point in the history of this program. They've had a lot of 3- and 4-game win streaks. Tonight they're looking for their first run of 5 in a row ever, and also the historical marker of a 20-win season, which seems inevitable, but they'd love to take care of that business tonight. Henry Clay did that last night against their old rival and friendly rival, Scott County. Coach Daniel Brown, as I was saying off the air, having seen them twice now against SC, probably not a vintage Blue Devils team on the offensive side of things, but boy, do they get after it defensively.
Yeah, Henry Clay traditionally is going to put up 75, 80 points on you. And I saw last night that the score against Scott County 47-45. And so that's a lot different than what they did 8-10 years ago. But, Daniel, he's been around the game a long time. He can beat you a lot of different ways. His kids play hard. He's got a good reputation with them and good relationship with his kids. And they exude the confidence that he has, as a player back at Berea. Daniel was not afraid to shoot from anywhere on the floor. If he got across half-court line with the ball, you better be on him because he was in range. And he just had that confidence, and that he projects that onto his team. They play with confidence and get after it. I saw that it was that has taken 154 threes this year. Number one, Colin Brown, has taken 154. That's a lot of threes.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree is what you're saying there. If your name is Brown and you play for Henry Clay, you probably don't mind shooting the ball. Of course, Daniel's son Keyston, more of a traditional point guard, I guess, and has done well at the college level, and he's now in the Mid-South Conference. But Conlon hit 3 threes last night to get Henry Clay going. And then Scott County with the comeback had a chance at the end, took a shot maybe a little too early in the sequence. Henry Clay got the rebound, had a chance to take the final shot, put up an air ball, but Henry Lynch was there for the putback at the buzzer, 47-45. And as you said, they can beat you different ways. The first time they played Scott County was also a defensive struggle, 56-49. AZ Blackwell had 24 points last night. The Cards held Blackwell in check, held him to 10 points, 5 turnovers, but Brown with the 11. Lynch had 7. they had guys step up. It was balanced last night, and this is a team that can stop you defensively. And obviously, when you're playing against Great Crossing, you've got a lot of different things to worry about. You've got the size of Malachi Marino. You've got the ability to dribble drive that Janias Burrell brings. And you've got, of course, the smooth as silk Vince Dawson III.
Yeah, and a lot of other good pieces stepping
Gage
up.
Richardson, let's not leave him out.
He's shooting the fire out of it right now on the stat board that I was looking at today. And there's a lot of kids contributing right now in Great Crossing. That's why it's fun to watch them. And Cal, there's a buzz in the gym tonight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here. I've got my son here with his big Magic uniform jersey on tonight. It's Scott County Youth Basketball and Cheerleading Night. And so the cheerleaders are down in front of us right now getting a big group picture taken. And the stands across from us are as full as I've seen all season. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since we've had an atmosphere like this anywhere, really. It depends on where you go in the state, I guess, and what the requirements are. But things seem to be trending in the right direction as we get close to tournament time. And we hope that that will mean good crowds here at the districts and regions. And then Rupp Arena. And, of course, both these teams have aspirations of getting there. They're in a very tough 11th region. Lex Cath will be a factor. Madison Central will be a factor. And these teams probably in that top 4 right now. If you look at rankings, we mentioned newly minted in the top 25, Great Crossing 25th in the Cantrell rankings, the computer ratings this week, and also tied for 23rd according to KSR. Henry Clay's been in the top 25 all season. We're just about set to go. We're going to have the national anthem. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on tonight, as you mentioned, with the youth basketball and the cheerleaders and some halftime activities as well. So it's going to be a fun atmosphere. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back on the other side of the anthem with starting lineups.
At this time, we ask that you please stand. Remove your hats as our national anthem is being played by our Great Crossing band under the direction of John Burns.
Cal Oaks, Keith Greiser with you back here at Great Crossing for the Georgetown Community Hospital Game of the Week. Between the Great Crossing Warhawks and the Henry Clay Blue Devils, Coach Steve Page will send out the starting lineup of Vince Dawson III, freshman, number 1, leads this team in scoring. His average 16, 17 a game pretty consistently and steadily from the start. Janias Burrell had a big game against Grant County late last week with 23 points as it was the most offense he'd had in a while since missing some games at midseason for health reasons. Gage Richardson, the most prolific three-point shooter in the history of the program, short 3-year history, but he's only going to pad those stats. He's a freshman as well, so you go freshman there. And yet another freshman, the 4th one in the starting lineup, 6'10", Malachi Marino. Holds just about every rebound and shot blocking record as well as single game scoring record. You know his brother Michael. So it is a talented group with a bright future, trying to say and send a message that the future is now tonight. Let's not forget the senior Ty Skierman. He has done a bunch of nice things for this team. Maybe has stepped back in terms of shooting the ball this year, being more of a distributor, more of a defensive pest, just being that heart and soul that every team needs.
And they that was a need that they had. They needed somebody to be a little bit raw and not afraid to throw an elbow every now and then. And Ty's really stepped into a toughness role and has led this team. And I think they followed him. It's been nice to see some of them follow him. So
he's a kid who's all heart during the GRC game. If you saw that one, he got teed up for yelling about a call that he thought should have been made on the floor, sticking up for his teammates. Every team needs one of those guys. It's kind of an enforcer in all aspects and really the glue in the locker room and on the court as well. Henry Clay, we mentioned Conlon Brown, their outside shooting threat. AZ Blackwell, you'll see him driving to the basket all night long. Kanye Henderson was a force last night against Scott County as well in double figures in scoring. Kyan Miller and Brendan Wicker are the other two starters. Wicker, kind of the big man in the middle, but they're not an overly big team. They rebound by committee, and that's an advantage that if you're Malachi Marino, hopefully you can take advantage of.
Yeah, the last game I announced with you, Cal, we struggled on the boards. If you remember that one, right? We played Franklin County here, and they kept pushing us up under the goal. And it's a thing that I think that Great Crossing really needs to win the battle of the boards tonight in this what we anticipate being a defensive struggle.
It has been an area of improvement, certainly, and they showed their improvement. They actually out-rebounded Franklin County in the rematch over in Frankfort last week. But that is definitely an area in which they need to get tougher, get more consistent, and they will as time goes by. As we said, this team, young chronologically, certainly, and reminiscent, I think, in a lot of ways of the 15-16 Scott County team that had so many freshmen starting for it. And y'all may remember that team got to a region final. This team has those kind of aspirations. But a big spot here as they take on Henry Clay, another top dog in the 11th region. Marino getting set to jump it with Wicker. We are underway. Marino tips it away, and Henderson grabs it for Henry Clay. He will find Brown in the corner. Tried to get it inside to Wicker. It went off of Marino's fingertips. Will stay with the Devils.
Good helps out of anticipation there by Malachi. He got off his man and deflected that ball out of bounds.
AZ Blackwell will take it, put it in bounds in the OB under. He will grab it. Nice entry pass as he spotted up in the middle. Rebound Wicker got blocked by Skierman, but he got a third opportunity and put it back up and in off the rim. Brendan Wicker puts Henry Clay on the board first, 2-0. Burrell with it for Great Crossing. At the top of the key, finds Richardson inside to Marino. Posts up on Wicker, the little hook, no good. Reaches for the rebound, still reaching. It goes out of bounds. Henry Clay, they'll say Wicker touched it last. Dawson inbound, 2-0 Henry Clay, 42 seconds in. Dawson floats it to Marino. Now they find Burrell up top. Little cluster there on the left side, but they get it to Richardson. Burrell to the foul line to Dawson. Good ball movement here as Burrell finds Skierman on the wing in front of the Henry Clay bench. Now back to Burrell for a reset. Skierman to Marino. Nice drop off for Dawson in the and one. Conlon Brown on the foul, and Dawson will get a chance to put the Warhawks on top early.
That was some great offense. They went to a 1-3-1 set and put Vince at the free throw line with Malachi down on the baseline, hit him down on the baseline, and Vince cut right to the basket, and the low to high pass really came through.
That had the look of the first possession that they had rehearsed going into this one. Dawson missed the free throw. Wicker with the rebound. Similar to last night's pace early on as both teams content with the half-court set. Henderson with it. Guarded by Richardson. Henderson still dribbling. No count at this point. He'll kick it to Brown. Henry Clay deliberate on the offensive side of things. Dawson will D up on Henderson, who decides to take a three. It's long, rebounded by Skierman. Ty pushes the tempo a little bit, now gets it back from Burrell. Dawson, kick out to Richardson. Richardson, most prolific three-point season in school history, as we said. He's the kind of guy that when he hits one Watch out. Same goes for Skierman. Richardson finds Dawson. Warhawks spreading it around early. 5:50 to go first quarter. 2-2. Burrell with the drive and the kiss off the glass. 4-2.
Really nice patient set there by great crossing. Henry Clay went man-to-man that time instead of the zone that they were playing the first time. Nice take by Burrell off the ball screen.
What I really liked about Burrell is he got back on defense on Brown, but he dropped off there, and Henderson drained a three. He's getting ready to speak too soon. 5-4 Henry Clay. Burrell with the drive. Carbon copy of the last one, but can't get it to fall. Marino with the putback, too strong. Marino reaching for the rebound. It will come down to AZ Blackwell, and he'll push the tempo to Henderson. Henderson to Brown on the right wing for a three. Richardson late to the party, but got his arms in the air just enough to distract things. Dawson rebound. Richardson from the corner. Off, but Skierman with the rebound. Short. Dawson, offensive rebound opportunity. Makes it good on the third chance. 6-5 GC. Dawson with 4 of the 6.
Really nice mid-range shot by Vince that time, but Ty Skierman with the tip out on the rebound, the hustle play.
Dawson's mid-range game is what he does best. And he puts great crossing ahead here. Floater from the right baseline is short by Henderson, rebounded by Richardson. Back come the Warhawks. Under 4.5 to play first quarter. Dawson, nice little hesitation dribble in the drive, and another chance for a three-point play. Foul on Miller. Dawson with 6. GC leads 8-5.
Henry Clay's having a tough time staying in front of great crossing on the drive. Both Burrell and Dawson have been able to get by him.
Correction, they're going to get Wicker on the foul. And Dawson can't get the free throw to fall here either. 0 for 2. His team up by 3. Henderson stripped by Burrell. One-on-one for the moment with Blackwell. He'll take it to the hole. Can't get it to fall, but gets the rebound. Tipped to him by Skierman. Third chance for Marino. Tip in is no good. And the rebound comes down to AZ. Blackwell from the foul line. Pull up short. Rebound Richardson. Halfway through the opening quarter. 8-5. Great crossing. Tempo has picked up a little bit, as the Warhawks have gotten it on the run a couple of times. Marino now to Dawson. Guarded by Miller. He'll take it at him. Bounce pass into Marino for the easy finish. Timeout.
Nice
Henry Clay, 10-5. Great crossing. 3:41 to play in the opening quarter.
Really a nice pick and roll right there with Malachi and Vince. Vince delivered a nice bounce pass, led him right to the basket, and Malachi with a great finish. I think that this is the kind of start that Coach Page really wanted to get. They were able to attack the zone effectively the very first play of the game with the low to high pass from Moreno into Dawson. And then they've been able to attack this man-to-man defense with the drive, with Dawson being able to get by his man and Burrell able to get by his man to get to the basket. And they, it's 10-5 Warhawks right now, and they've missed probably 3 layups. It could be a 10-point lead at the moment if we had finished a couple of the layups. So I think he's got to be pleased with the offense right now.
Layups and one opportunities have gone by the wayside. So yes, it could be even a double-digit lead at this point.
Cal, I thought you'd have this free throw problem fixed by now.
In recent games, I had seen some improvement. It seems like they get better later, which is what you want, but you also want to take advantage of opportunities to step on a team like Henry Clay early. Well, you got to have so much respect for Dawson's mid-range game if you're the Henry Clay defense, that a guy like Marino can eat your lunch if you overplay him a little bit, and that's what happened on that last one. Blackwell to Brown, guarded closely by Burrell, steps back. Mason Hawkins is in the game. Wicker, guarded by Skierman, misses the layup, and Marino gets the rebound, clears it to Richardson. He has the floater that's good.
Man,
Gage with 2.
What an outlet pass. That was Wes Unseld stuff right there. He threw it past half
Fling
court.
it. I saw Big Brother Michael do that a time or two with some rabid success. There's a block that's going to be called foul on Marino as AZ went to the basket. Nope, they're going to get Burrell from the backside. It would have been a clean block from Malachi. 12-5, and Blackwell going to try to cut into the lead. He's not on the board yet for Henry Clay. Not yet either as he front rims that one. Henderson checks back in for Brown, so you've got Henderson, Hawkins, Blackwell, Wicker, and Lynch, last night's hero, on the floor for Henry Clay. Blackwell in and out with the second free throw, so a couple of misses for the Devils as well. That pass was long for Richardson, but he saved it for Skierman. Skierman missed from the arc, and there is a fast break as Henderson finds Blackwell. You cannot let AZ do that. 12-7. Cherry pick layup for Blackwell makes it a 5-point game. Dawson. Marino. Screen. Roll. 2.
Really effective pick and roll again. Dawson to Moreno, and he kept it high. Nobody had a chance to get it. Nice job finishing.
GC doubling up Henry Clay so far, 14-7. The start you would have ordered up, as you said, if you're the Warhawks. Now Wicker with it. Finds Hawkins. Lynch. Blackwell, guarded by Skierman. Hawkins drives to the right baseline and way off balance. Rebound, Burrell, 3-on-2. Bounce pass to Dawson and the easy finish. 16-7. Dawson with 8.
The textbook 3-on-2 break right there. Great.
Step back 3 from AZ Blackwell is good. He's got 5 quick ones. Cuts to 16-10. 90 seconds to go in the opening period. Burrell will step back for a moment. GC's got them. There's a no-look pass that ill-advised, intercepted by Wicker, and that will send Henderson on the run for an easy deuce to cut it to 4. Blackwell with 5, Henderson with 5, 16-12. Here come the Devils.
And they're back to the 2-3 zone.
Richardson to Skierman. Finds Dawson for a 3. Deep 3 is good from in front of the Henry Clay bench. Double digits in the first quarter for Trey, 19-12. Final minute of the opening quarter. It's been a good one for the Warhawks. They're up 19-12. Devils, Hawkins with it, guarded by Burrell. Close defense just on the other side of the timeline. Skierman all over AZ Blackwell. He throws it away. That's going to be a backcourt violation. At the 32-second mark of this opening quarter, Carson Walls will check in for the first time along with Jeremiah Godfrey. That's later than you usually see the subs for GC. I think obviously Coach Page liked the rhythm he had with his starting 5 tonight.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job, and hopefully the energy stays up with the substitutions, because I think that Great Crossing is getting most of the loose balls right now. Henry Clay now jumps into a 1-3-1.
Richardson, Walls playing pass. Walls tried to get it to Dawson, tipped away by Henderson. Clock stops at 23.1. Will stay with the Hawks. Walls to inbound. Gage Richardson running the point now as Burrell took a seat. Walls back to Richardson. Over in the left corner to Dawson. 10 seconds. Richardson to Skierman. Skierman double teamed, trapped, and now he's going to call a timeout with 4.4 seconds left. Not where you wanted to use one if you're Coach Page, and he's not happy.
Yeah, as a natural reaction, you get trapped. No place to go, call a timeout. But with 4.4 seconds, I don't know that Coach Page feels like he's going to get a great shot off anything he draws up right here with 4.4. But hopefully, it's a nice move to put Richardson at the point so he can see over the defense a little bit better than Burrell against this 1-3-1 trap.
Yeah, this is the taller lineup with Richardson at a good 6'3.5. Godfrey 6'6", Marino 6'10". Skierman in that 6'3", 6'4 vicinity as well. Both teams have used one timeout, 4 remaining on both sides. We will see what they drew up. Warhawks chance to pad this 7-point lead here at the end of the first 8 minutes. Walls will inbound it. Finds Richardson. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Skierman will have to shoot a deep three. It's short. Dawson couldn't get the second opportunity off in time. And your score after one, the Great Crossing Warhawks 19, the Henry Clay Blue Devils 12. Vince Dawson III with 11 points by himself. Big quarter for Trey.
And then he had a couple of assists in addition to that. So he attributed for a lot of the points that are on the board for the Warhawks right now. I think Coach Page has got to be pleased with that first quarter, both defensively and offensively. They did a nice job. They were the aggressor. They got most of the loose balls. I'll be interested to see what the stats are. It felt like they got most of the rebounds. And they shot a high percentage. I felt like they were attacking the basket, not settling for threes, able to penetrate. Even when the Henry Clay went zone, they were able to get into the middle of the zone and make good things happen from inside.
Indeed, good percentage, 9 for 18, 50%. Dawson drawing the defense and getting Marino a couple of layups. Only one turnover for the Warhawks. That's a great sign as well. Henry Clay with 2. Devils shooting 41.7%, 5 for 12. Both teams 0 for 2 from the foul line. 5 points each for Blackwell and Henderson to get it started for Henry Clay. Possession arrow will favor the Devils. And we are underway in period number 2. Sincere Madison on the court for the first time for the Devils. Blackwell guarded by Walls, rather. Madison with it. Finds Lynch. Henderson drives past Richardson, lays it in. Quick first step for Kanye Henderson. 7 points to lead the Devils. They're down 5. There is a dangerous pass from Richardson to Dawson that Henderson almost intercepted, knocked it into Miller's lap on the bench. It will stay with GC. Walls to inbound. Finds Richardson. Still running the point. Walls, Dawson, Godfrey, and Marino, the lineup to start the second quarter. Richardson finds Walls, but it's deflected by Lynch and intercepted by Henderson. Back come the Devils. They'll find Blackwell over on the right wing. He left it short, rebounded Marino. Trey Dawson across the timeline to Richardson. He'll get it back. Dawson, drive. Tried to get it inside to Marino again. Intercepted by Madison. He tripped over his own feet. Henderson recovers. Finds Blackwell along the baseline drive. Wild layup misses. Marino with another defensive carom. Richardson ahead to Walls, who threw it away. And this has been a ragged stretch at both ends.
You know, you just said we only had one turnover, and they only had 2. And I think we've doubled that here in the first minute and 15 of this quarter.
The only points coming from Henderson here, 19-14. Great Crossing leads, but it's a tenuous advantage. Feels like anyway. Henry Clay ball, Madison. Bounces it to Lynch. They're doing a good job right now on Blackwell. Walls is on him. Madison. Henderson pops a 3. It's no good, but an offensive rebound, and that was a thorn in Scott County's side last night. Blocked by Godfrey. Devils will get a third opportunity as Henderson came up with it. A reset. Blackwell. Screen by Lynch, and a roll by Lynch, and a layup by Lynch. 3-point game. 19-16, 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Good fundamental basketball at times on the offensive end for both teams. And Henry Clay is on a little bit of a run right now. Good ball movement in the half court. Godfrey to Marino for 2 to break the spell.
Yeah, they went with a skip pass all the way from the over by the benches at the top to the far corner. Opened up with some things against this 1-3-1. Those skip passes are often a good attack mode.
Henderson with it. Guarded by Godfrey. Finds Lynch. He's not going to shoot from out there. Marino will lay off him. He will get it to Henderson. 21-16, 5:18 to play second quarter. Kanye Henderson splits the defense, gets it stolen away. Walls, now Godfrey. Richardson pull up from just inside the arc is no good, but Marino right there for the follow. Malachi with 8 points. 23-16, 5 minutes to go in the half. Great Crossing has led it pretty much all the way here.
Malachi's been active on the glass on both ends. I'm not sure how many rebounds he has, but he's gotten a bunch.
Henderson for three, a line drive, no good. He'll get his own rebound and drive it. Tried the up and under, no good. Might have been partially blocked. Richardson came up with it. Now he's having trouble. He'll dribble around Lynch. What are we going to get here? Foul. Little bailout there as Gage Richardson had some difficulty getting it across the timeline. Clock stops at 4:31. You mentioned Marino's rebounds. He had 3 in the first quarter. He's had at least 2 or 3 here since that break. 3 lead changes, but they were early. Largest lead has been 9. It's 7 right now. Great Crossing will try to equal that largest lead or maybe surpass it on this possession. Walls, bad rushed pass inside to Godfrey was deflected by Miller and intercepted by Henderson. Now Blackwell with it. Skip pass from Brown leads to a 3-point attempt from Blackwell. That's no good, but the rebound for Wicker. Taken away by Walls as Brown had it stripped at the halfway point of the second quarter. Skierman cross court to Burrell, saves it from going into the backcourt in a reset. Janias back in the game. Marino using his body to post up on Wicker. Can't get it to fall. He'll try to tie up Wicker. He'll get the second opportunity and lay it in. Good hustle to stay with it by Malachi, but he's down. And he was asking for help. Doesn't look like it's his knee or anything. He might have gotten hit where you don't want to get hit. I don't know. He's in double digits now with 10 points. Trainer will come out and find out what's going on.
It was really a great hustle play. He got down on the floor and got the ball.
I don't know if maybe he got hit in the throat or something.
Well, the guy that was guarding him went to the floor, and then when he jumped up to shoot the shot, I think he might have landed on that kid.
Sometimes it's like landing on a football. You get the wind knocked out of you. I think he's going to be all right. Getting a hand up and a hand from the crowd as well as his latest bucket equals the biggest lead of the night for the Warhawks with 3:34 remaining in the second quarter. 25-16, Malachi will get a drink and a breather. Your lineup right now, Godfrey, Walls, Burrell, Dawson, and Skierman. Trey back in the game after a tremendous first quarter when he scored 11 of the first 19. Once again, Steve Page doing a good job getting guys those breaks that they need. He's got his depth back at full song lately, 9 strong. It's really made a difference with this team since they went through that stretch in the middle of the season with some COVID issues.
And you think it would help extra tonight with Henry Clay coming off of that close game last night?
You would. They didn't play. Great Crossing didn't play as another turnover for Henry Clay. I saw Coach Page and wife Tanya over there at Scott County. He was scouting that one rather closely. Got a good look at a couple of teams he's interested in here in the next week or so as they'll play Scott County here on the Bird's Nest Broadcast Network next Monday night at Scott County. We'll be there for that one as well. Burrell, nice hesitation, and the floater is good. Double-digit lead for GC.
It was a really nice job staying under control, and the crossover got himself some space, and the little floater, nothing but net.
Patented from Janias, 27-16. Spin move for AZ around Skierman, and that will lead to an and one as he will lay it in and draw the foul. It'll be on Burrell, second on Janias. Blackwell with 7 points. Chance to cut this back to 8. Richardson will check in, and Burrell will sit down with that second foul.
Blackwell in the season has gotten to the line 131 times, so he's pretty good at crafting and getting into their body and finishing at the rim.
First time they played Scott County, I'd have to look it up. He was either 13 of 14 or 14 of 15. Either way, that's a productive night at the line. He ended up with 24 points. Completed the three-point play here. It's 27-19, 2.5 minutes to play in the second quarter.
After the free throw, Henry Clay got in the 2-2-1 full court press, but
Dawson palmed it and drove it to the hoop, too strong, but Godfrey on the backside for the easy putback. But Henry Clay with the hustle down court gets it to Lynch inside for an easy deuce, 29-21. Now the pressure comes from Henry Clay and a steal from Kyan Miller. He will not lay it up and in, but draw the contact from Skierman. Good foul there to make him earn it at the line. Clock stops at 2:08. Henry Clay hasn't had all that many chances in transition to get back, score, and ramp up that pressure. Miller misses the first. Henry Clay struggling from the line. That's been good news for Great Crossing. They're 1 for 4. Missed the second as well. Rebound Skierman. Another chance to get back to double digits. Throws it long to Richardson. Richardson to the hoop. Misses. Godfrey tips it to himself. Turns around. Can't get it to fall. Rebound comes down to Blackwell. Under 2 minutes.
a missed opportunity right there. And then
Blackwell to a wide open Lynch, and that brings back some bad memories from last night. Lynch with 6 points in this second quarter to cut it to 6. Dawson gets it deflected, and now he will foul Blackwell, get a hand up from Blackwell as he fell down in the process. Good sportsmanship there from AZ. First foul on Trey Dawson. It's the 4th on the team. Henry Clay on a 5-0 run to get it within 6 and a chance to cut it closer than that. Down to a minute and a half remaining in this first half. Kanye Henderson to Lynch. To Miller, to Brown for 3. Left him open just a crack, but he missed it in and out. Skierman rebound. Finds Walls at half court. 2-on-1. Walls floats it to Godfrey for the tip in. Beautiful play. Carson Walls with the dime and Jeremiah Godfrey with the finish. Final minute to play in the period.
A great rebound on the other end by Skierman, and then be under control to get it out past the pressing defense led to the layup. Good play.
Great outlet passes tonight from several sources in the green and white. There's the drive by Henderson. He will get fouled and go to the line. They're going to call it on Gage.
Gage Richardson, that's his first.
First foul on Richardson. 40.7 seconds remaining in the opening half. Kanye Henderson, 7 points, make it 8 as he rolls in the first free throw. It's not hard to know who you're named after if your name is Kanye Henderson. Last night we had Kanye and Jay-Z going at it in the same game. I always love that. In and out on the free throw. Henderson misses. Henry Clay struggling from the line. 2 for 6 now. But a steal, momentarily at least, sliding on the floor for it is Blackwell, and he'll get a timeout. So the takeaway and the presence of mind to signal for the timeout. Henry Clay will have it with 30.3 seconds remaining. They're down 7.
Henry Clay's gotten their hands on a lot of balls in the second quarter, tips and deflections and running down loose balls a little bit harder than the Warhawks have this time. So
it's been hustle plays that have kept them in it for sure. Good to have the band in the house tonight. As you said, across the way, not a lot of seats to be had in the lower sections. Got some big ones coming up, as both teams will be at home a lot this week on the boys' side. Scott County plays Bracken County tomorrow night. They're going to see the heavyweights of the 10th region coming up. They've got Bracken County, GRC, Mason County all in the final 2 weeks of the season, and there is a long-range three from Conlon Brown, his first points of the night to cut this to 4. Almost a throwaway there, but Walls gets it to Godfrey. Godfrey's going to get called for the offensive foul every time there, as Mason Hawkins stepped in front. And Henry Clay will get a chance to cut this to 2 or maybe even 1 in the final 8.6 seconds.
That was a tough one. They had 3-on-1 at the backside of that press and got a charge or couldn't convert.
9-2 run for the Devils. And that's where it will stop. As Skierman and Christian Martin, who just checked into the game for the first time, did enough to distract things and cause a scramble on the floor as time ran out. Good first half. Great Crossing's up 4. They've got to feel like they could be up by more. And if you're Henry Clay, they've got to feel like they left some points at the free throw line as well. As advertised so far, a good one here at Great Crossing.
Yeah, this one wasn't supposed to be easy. This is supposed to be a good match, and it has been. I'm concerned that Malachi hasn't come back into the game. I hope that his injury is not bad. It didn't look like it as he walked off the floor, but with him not coming back into the game, maybe Steve just wanted to give him a rest until they got to the second half. But with the lead, I hope that's all that it is. Great Crossing going to have to figure out this press, and Henry Clay's doing a couple different things. They did a 2-2-1 full court press where they kind of let you get it in and then attack you from there. And they did a 1-2-2 press where they were really aggressive up at the front and trapped the first guy that got the ball. And that both of those presses caused Great Crossing some trouble, as well as the 1-3-1 half-court trap. So everything that Henry Clay did that was ultra-aggressive, I felt like turned the tide in the second quarter, and they became the aggressor, and we became a little bit more passive in all phases of the game. You know, Henry Clay also got 2 or 3 baskets on runouts where they would get the rebound, and they just outran us down the floor. And so those are some things that can be corrected with a little emphasis on them at halftime, and hopefully that'll be a third quarter fix adjustment that Steve will make, and we'll be ready to roll.
Vince Dawson III got his 11 points all in the first quarter. Marino has 10, as you said, left at about the 3:45 mark. When it appeared that he got the wind knocked out of him, that's what we're hoping. But it's not more serious than that. Burrell with 4, Godfrey with 4, Richardson 2 for the total of 31. Henry Clay, A.Z. Blackwell with 8. Kanye Henderson with 8. As they're going to have a shootout on the floor sponsored by Georgetown Community Hospital. Here on Heart Night, they want to remind you to pay attention to your heart, your blood pressure. Stay active. Eat right, exercise. Visit your physician regularly. It's a month to be aware of that and take care of yourself and your loved ones, especially during a pandemic. All that other stuff, important not to let that go. And Georgetown Community Hospital here to remind us of that tonight.
Yeah, they had a nice booth set up outside the entrance tonight. You're letting people sign up. They're going to draw somebody's name with a chance to win $250 if they can make a layup, free throw, and half-court shot. So I think that's what's happening right now. Looks like we've got one of the Scott County youth guys that got their name drawn out of the hat. Should be a lot of fun. On the end zone down here, looks like we've got about 100 or so Scott County youth basketball players and cheerleaders. You always like to see that, the young kids being involved in the things that the community puts on. We always have a great Scott County Youth Basketball League. Keith Ryan and the guys over there that run that league do a great job giving our kids opportunity. And they've had a tough winter. There've been a lot of games iced out, and when the schools are closed, you can't play the games for the Scott County Youth games, and so we've had to reschedule a bunch. And that partnership with Scott County Youth Basketball and Scott County schools work together. I got a text today that my team that we're going to make up our 3 games that we missed, and so excited for the little kids to be able to have a chance to continue to play.
Yep, definitely a good time of year to thank your teachers, mentors, administrators who are working overtime to keep things going in a strange time for all of us. To keep our kids active and learning and growing. We mentioned the Henry Clay scoring, 8 for Blackwell and Henderson each, 6 for Lynch, 3 for Brown, 2 for Wicker. Warhawks shot 51.7% from the field. 8 of their 9 turnovers came in the second quarter, and that was the troubling trend that I noticed. And I'm sure you did as well. Henry Clay, 42.3% from the field. The teams combined to go 2 for 9 from the line. One stat that's promising for the Warhawks, they're plus 10 in the rebounding, 22-10. But again, a lot of that's Marino and contingent upon his ability to come back and be 100% healthy here in the second half.
Yeah, Scareman had some nice rebounds and some hustle plays. There were some other guys that stepped up, but we need Malachi back, so hopefully he's all right, getting some training done during this halftime period.
10.7 rebounds. One thing he hasn't done tonight is block a shot. Godfrey has the only block.
And they haven't really taken it to him.
No, I was going to say that's a product of Henry Clay being smart and not trying to fight City Hall there.
Their offense, they do a lot of ball screening outside the three-point line. And he's out there having to guard and hedge on those ball screens sometimes. And so he's not been traditionally down by the block like he is a lot of nights.
This will be an extended halftime, so you're going to hear from us a lot here as they have frozen the clock at 9:49. Man, it's always great to see the next wave, whether they become Warhawks or Cardinals or some combination thereof. It's just great to see the tradition roll on. You think of how many big games the kids on the floor tonight for Great Crossing saw with some of those great Scott County teams of recent vintage.
It's to think back to I remember Vince Dawson playing on the Celtics team when he was a little, 8-year-old kid dominating Scott County Youth League, and a lot of the way that he does now. And so it's fun to watch him grow up. It's fun to watch him mature. And then, these kids are super excited to be out here on this basketball court tonight on the big gym floor and where the big kids play. And great of Steve to invite Scott County Youth in tonight. It's a good move by the coaching staff and AD team over here at Great Crossing to make this night happen.
The tradition begins and develops here in games like this. Great Crossing has put itself in some big spots, as we mentioned this season, stepping up that schedule. No shortage of enthusiasm over the PA here, as always. We started to talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. We will be back on Thursday night. I'm not sure if you're working with me that night, but I will be here anyway. As
I'm with you.
You will be here as well, as Great Crossing plays its boys basketball senior night against St. Henry. Now, Saturday night, Great Crossing will be back here against Lincoln County. That's another top 25 matchup. You all can watch that on NFHS. I would love to be here, but it's one of those where I'd have to clone myself because Scott County has a big one that night too. They'll be playing Sayre. That will be here on the Bird's Nest Network, and it's a big one for Scott County. They win, they get into a third-place tie and a coin flip with Douglas and a chance to avoid the preliminary game. If they lose, they'll play Sayre again in a preliminary game where the winner gets the right to play Henry Clay. Obviously, you'd like to be in that 2-3 game, I think, although the way the district looks this year, in terms of whether you're first, second, or third, I don't know that it matters a whole lot. The teams look pretty equal.
And I've seen all of them play, and it just depends on which one you get that night.
And even four. I mean, Douglas obviously is in that mix as well. So
Douglas played over in the Toyota Classic, I believe it was,
got
when
to
I
the
saw
final.
them play, and played great. So that's dangerous teams in the district.
Yeah, they beat Great Crossing on a night when the Warhawks didn't shoot it all that well. Paid the price for it. It was a similar game to tonight, actually, in terms of Warhawks got a lead and the turnovers started to mount, and it became problematic in the second half. We hope it doesn't follow that pattern. It's a good spot for Coach Steve Page's team to see how they've progressed in the space of 2 months, as how they handle a game like this. A lot of pictures being taken for Facebook pages and Instagram and the like, and family photo albums, if there is such a thing anymore. It's all preserved on social media. It's Speaking of basketball and speaking of media and preserving things for posterity, I want to encourage you all to get your latest copy of Georgetown Magazine. I think it just came out this week, and yours truly put together a little story on the Scott County connections down at EKU. If you don't know, that involves Coach A.W. Hamilton. It involves players Michael Marino and Cooper Robb. It involves student managers Blake Harris and Taylor Berryman. It's Scott County South right now down there.
We went down there the other week and watched them play. They got a win, and it's a fun game to watch. You know, they say it's the most exciting 40 minutes in sports is AW's little creed, a motto that he's put together, and he tries to live up to that. He wants it to be where they're an exciting brand of basketball. It's fun to watch them play.
You will not find a more energetic human being than A.W. Hamilton, and he has had to navigate some tough waters. First year in the A-Sun for that program, and between sickness and injuries, they have not had the same starting five twice, it feels like, for a great amount of time. But they've thrown some scares into people at the top of the standings. And the great thing about college basketball is you get your chance in March to win your conference tournament. They will be a tough out no matter what if they can get healthy. Michael's had some huge games lately, as has Cooper. He's been at the top of the scoring chart past couple of nights.
Yeah, Michael started off the year great and then had a little slump and then has worked his way back. The game that we went to see was he had double digits that night. It was kind of the beginning of the get rolling games, and he's really done well since then.
He had his first double-double of the season the other night, 16 points and 10 rebounds. It hasn't been as much of his role to do that in college. He's been more of a wing-type player. And some of that, I think, also is he's battled with his health all the way through. Before his freshman year and before this year, he had some surgery and some things to overcome, but he has done it and pretty much in the starting lineup the whole time. And, man, there's just no tougher dude than Cooper Robb. Had a 4-point play in overtime and a win. I think it might have been double or triple overtime. Now that I think about it, the other about a week ago, and he's just the bigger the game, the bigger the spot, the bigger the shots from him. So, if you're Coach Steve Page, what did you tell your team here at halftime? You had a lead that was big as 11. You got cut down to 4 here with a little 9-2 run by the Devils at the end of the half.
Yeah, I would have talked to them about a couple of things. First being how we're going to handle the pressure. I think the pressure got to Great Crossing in the first half, and it's come in the 3 different ways. They did 2 different full court presses with a 1-2-2 and then a 2-2-1, and then they did the 1-3-1 half court trap, and all 3 of those gave us some problems and caused those 8 turnovers in the second quarter. And so how we were going to handle the ball and make it where we're passing to our own team rather than to the other folks, it would have been number 1 on my list of things to do. And then transition defense would have been the second thing I would have talked to him about. Henry Clay got at least 6 points, maybe 8 off of, they got a rebound and they outran Great Crossing down to the other end of the floor. And we didn't know who our man was, or we didn't sprint back, and they got easy buckets that way. And that really hurt. So, I mean, you take 8 points and take them off of there, and that'd be a difference maker in this first half.
Coach Brown always great with those mid-game adjustments, in-game adjustments, and his team is adept from what I've seen this year at making your marquee guys take shots from places they're not necessarily always comfortable. Now, we didn't see that as much in the first quarter. Great Crossing was getting the shots they wanted, but quite often they were getting it taken away before they could get to that point in the second period. So that is a transition they got to make. We see Malachi running up and down a little bit, getting comfortable. He looks okay.
Yeah,
he's talking with Kayla. And I think we'll see him back at full strength here.
That's good news.
Yeah, you don't want to be missing him for any length of time. I don't think any coincidence that the little run here from Henry Clay came without him on the floor. Quite often you see that in other games. If he's sitting out to get a breath or sitting out due to foul trouble, a lot of times the other team will be emboldened by it and pound the ball inside and drive to the hoop and make their comeback. So Got to get Trey Dawson involved again. He had 11 quick points at a quiet second period, sat out for the first part of it, and then after Malachi had his maladies, he came in for the duration, but they were unable to get him any meaningful shots. He's 5 for 6 in the game. Marino 5 for 8. Richardson's only 1 for 4. Burrell 2 for 5. So Henry Clay has done a good job forcing those guys away from what they like. Skierman 0 for 3 as well. So the 2 or 3 of them combined, 3 for 12. Lynch is perfect from the floor, 3 for 3. I think in turn, Great Crossing has done a pretty good job against Blackwell and Henderson, making them force the issue a little bit. They are both 3 for 8, so they've worked hard for their 8 points apiece. We're just about set to go here in the second half. Cal Oaks along with Keith Greiser.
And we would be remiss if we didn't mention the shoe game again. Vince Dawson with the pink kicks, bright pink.
Burrell with
highlighter
the
type.
day glow,
Yes.
yellow, gold, whatever you want to call it.
Well, you got Michael starting off on the bench, so
Yeah, it's we will see. Right now, you've got a lineup of Godfrey, Dawson, Skierman, Burrell, and Richardson.
Cal, I think that Godfrey has some great potential.
His
And
upside
sometimes-
is huge.
Sometimes just concedes to let Malachi do some of the rebounding that he could probably get. So now would be a great time for him to just step up and come into his own and have a Keon Brooks moment in the second half. Like
There have been a couple of games where Godfrey has done that. He has
Yes.
taken in the initiative. He's had some 15, 16, 18-point games mixed in there.
really a talented kid.
Yeah, only a sophomore. I think in a lot of respects, they might have expected this from him maybe junior year, but he had a strong summer, and they knew coming in what they were going to have, and he has not disappointed. Burrell finds Richardson in the corner. It'd be good to get him untracked, but the 3 is no good. And the rebounding action, Great Crossing would get called for the foul. It's on Skierman, his second. So Henry Clay down 4 with the ball, trying to make another dent. Blackwell, drive to the foul line, kick to Miller, finds Henderson. Everybody touching it. Wicker and Brown into it now. Brown can't give him any space. He made them pay the one time they left him open late in the half. There is probably an ill-advised 3 from Henderson that was way long. Scramble on the floor. It will go to Great Crossing. Godfrey was fighting for it, and it went off of AZ Blackwell. 7:18 to play third quarter. Great Crossing 31, Henry Clay 27. Burrell and Dawson tiptoeing it across the timeline. Dawson, guarded by Miller, finds Richardson in the corner. Dawson, nice bounce pass into Godfrey, and they will call the foul on AZ Blackwell. Nope, they're going to call the offensive foul on Godfrey.
Hey,
I got screened out by the basket stanchion that's in front of me here, and
they didn't put these 2 up this time.
no,
I disagree with that phone.
yeah,
with that
I
call.
do too. Nonetheless, doesn't matter what we think. It's Henry Clay ball and the second foul on Godfrey. Scoreless start at both ends here to the second half. Brown doesn't take much room, but he misses the 3. Maybe, nope, I was going to say
Called
maybe a
on
makeup
Skierman.
call, but they're going to get Skierman for his 3rd. It's all going, the whistles have been all 3 against Great Crossing to start the half. Walls checks in for Skierman. Still no sign of Marino. Moves over a seat on the bench to make room for Ty. Blackwell drive and bounce pass to Henderson. It's a 2-point game.
That was some nice offense right there.
Drew in the defense and a wide open layup with the beautiful look to Henderson. This lead has gone from 11 to 2 in short order if you don't count the halftime show. Walls for 3. Rainbow is no good. Rebound Miller. Henry Clay on the run with a chance to tie. Brown the floater. Can't get it to roll in. Rebound Walls. Nice outlet to Richardson. Gets it taken away. Wicker has it. Turnovers. An attempted bank by Blackwell. A stick back dunk for Wicker, and we are tied. 31 apiece. Floater for Burrell is no good. They're going to call the contact, and this time it will be on Henry Clay.
It's an aggressive drive by Janias that time. Got shoulder to shoulder. But Wicker, really a nice putback dunk. He's got some spring in his legs, and I think he's feeling himself with Malachi not in there to battle him. And here comes the big fella to check back.
Thank you, Lord. We need that. Sitting down, Godfrey. Coming in, Marino. And Burrell breaks the tie with the first free throw. He'll have another. I don't want to jinx it, but Janias has really improved his free throw shooting lately. He's made 2 there to give the Warhawks a 2-point lead once again.
Those look good. Look confident. Nice follow through.
As Coach Page has said, they make them in practice. It's just a matter of calming the nerves, letting it go off the fingertips, bending the knees, all that stuff. Conlon Brown with it, draws a crowd. Cross court to Blackwell, guarded closely by Burrell. Henderson. Burrell battling with Blackwell. Now Dawson will pick up the defense as Blackwell recovered a momentarily loose ball. Ticking down to the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Warhawks by 2. Burrell just put them ahead again after the second tie of the game. There have been 3 lead changes. They're going to call a block there on the exact same thing that happened at the other end. It's going to be on Walls. Blackwell will go to the line with a chance to tie it up. Good free throw shooter, as we've mentioned. Tonight, however, 1 for 3.
And he missed another one.
We'll take it. That will keep the lead for Great Crossing, barring a miss and a putback. We've seen that happen once already in this half with Mr. Wicker. AZ makes the second, 33-32. Good one here at Great Crossing. Warhawks up 1. Burrell. Another hesitation drive, lays it in off the glass, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the traditional 3-point play. Janias gets to the rim, my friend.
He has gotten to the rim several times tonight. Good takes. That was to the left. He used his left hand, finished it off with the and one.
Last year, he would settle for contested threes or ill-advised threes sometimes. This year, his game is getting to the rack, and he makes the 3-point play there. 5 in the quarter, 36-32. Henry Clay throws it away.
Nice.
Good hustle to keep it alive as Dawson and Burrell will get the turnover. A little bit sloppy on the offensive end, and it's blocked by Blackwell. Rebounded by Miller, gets it to Blackwell. Brown, ball fake, drive, dish to Wicker. Too strong off the glass, rebound Dawson.
Dawson with a nice block there.
Inside to Marino, Wicker got a hand on it. It will stay with the Warhawks, 4:07 to play. Burrell finds Marino. He's easy to find. They throw it away. Marino couldn't get it to Richardson. Put it over his head.
You know, that play and the last play, they had the fast break, and then they kind of fumbled it around, but then they stayed in a hurry. It's almost like there's an anxiety about they're holding on to the ball too long, and then they make a bad pass. They just got to calm down. It's not like there's a huge amount of pressure on them right now.
It's been sloppy at times. It's a big game, but yeah, you're right. It's not a district game. It's not a tournament game. Brown gets bopped in the nose by Walls, stays with it, gets it to Lynch, who found Blackwell, who finds Henderson for an open three, but missed it short. Marino rebound, gets it to Dawson. A couple of good stops by the Warhawks here when they've badly needed them. A chance to go up 6 or more. Burrell to Walls. Drive and kick to Dawson. Dawson lost the handle, but it got knocked out of his hands by Lynch. 3:24 to play, third quarter. Great Crossing 36, Henry Clay 32. Goodwin in the 11th region. Two top 25 teams in the state. Walls to Dawson. Dawson drive into the paint. Kicks back to Walls. Bounce into Marino. Guarded by Wicker. He picks it up. 3-4 seconds. Cross court. Off the back of the backboard. Couple of turnovers here that have not been able to take advantage of Henry Clay's giveaways and misses. Hope we don't look back on this and lament it at game's end. Blackwell and Henderson. The keys to this one for Henry Clay. They get it to Brown. Steps inside the arc and drains it from the top of the key. 2 for Brown. He has 5 on the night to cut the lead in half. 36-34. Burrell now closely guarded by Brown, who leans on him and gets called for the foul.
Brown's still angry a little bit about getting popped in the nose. He's been playing real physical and aggressive since that happened, so he was bound to pick up a foul.
It's his second, team's third. Burrell and Brown's just going to fall on the floor and draw the offensive foul. .246 to go, third quarter. Henry Clay with a chance to tie or go ahead. The turnovers are now well into the double digits for Great Crossing and headed there for Henry Clay as well. They had 6 at the half. Great Crossing had 9.
Remember back in the first quarter, there was 1 for the quarter. That's
Such
been a long time ago.
Such a crisp, highly high-level first quarter has given way to kind of a rock fight here lately, but the drive, the spin, Blackwell leaves it short. Rebound, Richardson. Taken away by Henderson. Easy lay-in for the tie. And that's just a bad turnover. It's one thing if you get it taken away from pressure, but that was just here. Take it.
Yeah, he didn't realize he had a guy behind him and just a little bit lax. And there's another
pass. Lax pass. Fortunately, recovered by Richardson, but a floater that was not the best shot he could have taken. And on the run after the rebound, missed, but the putback for the lead. AZ Blackwell left it on the rim, but Kanye Henderson finished. The turnover total has gone through the roof, and Henry Clay with a 7-0 run back on top.
Yeah, there a few minutes ago, it was just like who was going to make the move. Everybody was standing still. That we had a 4-point lead, but couldn't extend it, and left Henry Clay with the opportunity. And now they've scored 6 in a row. Timeout, Steve Page. It'd be interesting to see how they come out of this timeout. We need a little energy from them. It's just a little focus, really. You know, the passes that we've made have just been unfocused, sloppy passes. And so that's
yeah, it comes down to fundamentals.
Zeroing in and being ready to be the first one ready. If you're the first one ready, you're probably not going to make those passes. Gage wouldn't have made that little turnover on the dribble.
Against a team this level, it's all got to be crisp. Walls just threw it off the backboard there. I don't know if that was a design play to Marino or what, but it's going to lead to a run out for Lynch. He missed finally. Rebounding action, a collision between Lynch and Godfrey. I guess it's going to go to Great Crossing. Wild
I don't know
play
how that
there.
became our ball. That's good, though. We'll take it.
Yeah. The breaks have not all gone. The bounces have not all gone Great Crossing's way, but that one does. Richardson and Dawson, again, playing kind of dangerous pass with it in the backcourt. Dawson hasn't scored since the first quarter. Won't get that one to fall either. Long rebound and a beautiful bounce pass. Henderson to Blackwell. Devils have their biggest lead of the night, 40-36. Making a 9-0 run since Burrell went on his 5-point binge. Dawson almost throws it away, but good work for Richardson to get it into Marino. They needed to get Malachi involved again. They did it there. 40-38.
Just under control, good passes, kept it high.
Elbow jumper, soft and feathery from Blackwell. He has 13 points, 42-38 Blue Devils. Richardson drops it off for Walls. Godfrey directing traffic, finds Richardson. They've done a good job not giving Richardson a lot of room and time to shoot. There's another pass that's stolen away. Just trying to force the issue, and you can't do that against a team of this stature. Blackwell takes it. Henry Clay will be content to take the final shot. I feel like I've seen that movie before this week. Here they're up 4 in the third quarter, 10 seconds. Dawson guarding Blackwell. Drive and dish to Lynch. Blocked by Marino, tipped around. Lynch gets the rebound. Seen that movie too, but not in time to do anything with it. Your score with 8 minutes to go, Henry Clay, 42. Great Crossing, 38. Rough quarter for the Warhawks, 7 points.
Yeah, that was ugly. The second quarter was not ugly. It was ugly as well with the turnovers. I'll be interested to see what the sheet says, but the turnovers continue to pile up, and it's hard to overcome those when they lead to runouts and easy baskets.
Eleven of the last 13 points have been scored by Henry Clay. They lead it by 2 possessions going into the fourth quarter. Dustin running our stats up the stairs. Thank you, sir. Field goal percentage in that quarter, let's see. They didn't get a lot of shots, 2 for 7, 10 turnovers.
Yeah.
19 for the game, 8 for Henry Clay.
That's hard to overcome. They're going to have to make a change on that in the fourth quarter if they want to win this ball game. You can't turn it over that much and expect to win against the top 25 team in the state.
Just got to be stronger with the basketball. Do what you do offensively. They've got to find a way to exploit the advantage with Marino inside. Feels like Dawson and Richardson are attracting a lot of defensive attention, and that leaves some room. Last night, Scott County, this is the part of the game where Mosby and Hamilton stepped up. You've got to have your big players do the same thing for Great Crossing.
And I think that it's telling that Scareman was out during that part. He's kind of been the toughness guy and get the loose balls, and he's been out. He got that third foul and had to go out for a while, and that's when Henry Clay made a little run.
Quick drive to the baseline. Henderson finds Blackwell. Blackwell bounces it into Lynch, guarded by Marino. He'll kick it back out to Miller. Blackwell will reset. 7:30 to play. 4-point lead for the Devils, who have trailed by 11, but have stormed back. Blackwell, high off the glass, no good. Rebound, Marino. Here's Dawson with it. Up ahead to Godfrey. Drops it off to Ty Stearman. Blocked by Lynch out of nowhere. Stays with GC. 7:16 left. Henry Lynch has had himself a couple of good nights here in Georgetown. Game winner last night. Good on the defensive end tonight. Marino cannot get the OB under short leaner to fall, but he'll go to the line. That's the play Great Crossing is going to run just about any time they want off that play, that situation.
It's hard to stop. Just line 2 people up, and the first one clears the way, and then Malachi, they just lob it up to him.
Rolls in the first free throw, rattles it in. Malachi with a team high 13. Dawson had all 11 of his in the first quarter. They've got to get him something to have a chance here. Marino hits both, 42-40. Just a similar game to last night. Team that gets to 50 first is going to have a good shot, I think. Henderson.
He's out.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds. I didn't know if he got bumped, but he went out of his own volition, and Great Crossing will take advantage of the turnover, they hope, and maybe tie this thing up or go ahead. 7 minutes to play, 42-40. Lob inside to Marino, blocked. Henderson got a piece. Lynch got the rebound. Here's Henderson on the run. They're going to call a foul. That thing wasn't going in the basket by any stretch of the imagination, but good job by Henderson to draw the contact.
That's the first one tonight that Malachi's brought down below his waist, and they knocked it out of there as soon as he brought it down low.
Godfrey with his third foul. Clock stops at 6:45. Kanye Henderson at the line. 14 points on the night, make it 15. 3-point lead for Henry Clay. The 20-4 Blue Devils and the 19-5 Warhawks in a Donnybrook here. Rattles it home. Back to a 2-possession lead. Burrell slowly across half court. Guarded by Brown. Drops it off to Dawson. Dawson, lob into Marino. And one. They're going to get the block on Lynch. And Marino gets it from short range on the left baseline to get them within 2. Chance to close within 1.
Yeah, Lynch tried to step under on the pass and take that charge, but you got to give the guy room to land, and he didn't do that. So, and one for Malachi. Let's knock it down.
He made 2 free throws earlier in the quarter. Doesn't get that one. 44-42. Rebound, Henderson. Great crossing will drop back and play defense. Skierman guarding Blackwell. Henderson, the quick drive again. Shot altered, rebounded by Lynch. Marino got a piece. Burrell rebound. Rim run, tied up. 6 minutes to play.
Another great finish on the drive by Burrell.
44 each, 5:54 remaining. Drive and kick. 3-point bomb from Mason Hawkins, who had not scored all night until then. Skierman kicks it back to Burrell. Burrell, the drive, off balance. He'll go to the line.
Some really nice takes. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense when he drives that hard to the basket. Tough to keep him in front. And he's good at finishing, and he's good at finding Malachi or the other Warhawks open when he does drive to the basket.
2 free throws from Burrell. He's been iced from there tonight. 5 for 5 in this half. 47-46, 5.5 to play. Hawkins guarded by Burrell and Godfrey. He'll get it away to Lynch. Lynch having all kinds of trouble, but he floats one over Marino somehow.
Left-handed spinning hook. That was an impressive shot right over Malachi.
Henry Lynch with 8 points. 3-point lead. Dawson with it. Foul line jumper. Good. Needed that. He hadn't scored since late in the first quarter. He's got 13. 49-48.
Smooth as silk.
You give him that space, he's going to drain it 2 times out of 3 at least. Based on his percentages all season long. Devils with it by 1. There is a 3-pointer, a little bit too open for Blackwell. Get kicked off of Lynch. Lynch started politicking as soon as it happened, but ref was hearing none of it. Warhawks with 4:34 to play have a chance to reclaim the lead. Burrell picks up his dribble. Gets it into Dawson.
Put Dawson on the post here.
Dawson will post up and kick, threw it away. Henderson steal. Dribbles behind his back. Little hesitation. Then inside to Lynch. And Lynch, you want to talk about smooth as silk. He has scored inside twice to put himself in double digits. And with 4:09 to play, we'll have a timeout on the floor. Henry Clay up 3 once again.
Yeah, you would think they put Dawson on the block that time and threw it down in there to him. You would think that he would have the advantage, but he's almost more comfortable facing the basket, taking a 1 dribble pull up from the free throw line than he is, well, than I've seen him be from working in the post with his back to the basket. And then the sprint back, Skierman did a nice job sprinting back to stop the initial drive, but then Henry Lynch hustled down the floor again. He was the one that got the open layups early in the game from sprinting the floor. And so he's been the benefactor of really running the floor hard several times tonight. 3-point game with 4:09 left on the clock. Plenty of time left to still get a run right here for either team to establish their dominance. A lot of time left in this game. So it should be a good one. Down to the wire.
Every possession becomes magnified, and we've seen too many possessions thrown away here in the second half, especially in the third quarter, primarily by the Warhawks. They've gotten a lot more efficient here down the stretch, but they've got to get stops to go with it. Can't get into basket swapping now that Henry Clay has taken that lead, 51-48, 4:04 to go. Dawson takes it from Burrell. Finds Burrell in the corner for a tying three. Yes, sir.
That's a big shot.
Junias Burrell with 16 points.
Quite a game.
Dawson with the dime once again. Tied at 51. AZ Blackwell guarded by Skierman. Now Godfrey picks him up. Blackwell, the drive, and he gets hit, I think, by Skierman. If so, that'll be 4.
Looked like Ty had the ball first, and then he followed on through with the block and came down and hit him on the shoulder with the follow-through.
I think that's what he was mad about. He was mad at himself, not so much the official. He knew it was the right call. Chance to reclaim the lead for AZ Blackwell and Henry Clay. They've been hit or miss from the line. They missed there. 3 for 9 through the first 3 quarters. They hit a couple earlier in this period with Henderson. So they are 5 for 12 on the night. Blackwell misses both. Rebound tipped around. Godfrey finally gets his mitts on it. Burrell has taken this game by the horns lately. Skierman, ball fake. Stops at the elbow. Kicks to Dawson for 3. Yeah, baby! 54-51. Timeout on the floor. 30-second TO with 3:13 to play.
That was a really nice play. Skierman drove the middle. Henry Clay tried to shoot the gap, thinking they were going to get a steal, and he was under control. He didn't rush his pass, skipped it over the top, and nice to see Vince Dawson knock down that 3.
We know he can do it. It has become less an element of his game this year. We kind of said the same thing about Burrell. They have transformed into an inside-out team and an outside-in, and Richardson's taken a lot of those open threes this season.
Yeah, and to see Burrell hit one right before you take it, I think that there's a lot of this team that's confidence-laden, I guess, that there was a period in the game when they were feeling unsure about themselves and made some bad passes. Right now, I think they're feeling very confident as we come into this timeout. 3:13 left in the game, up 3 in a good position to make a move and come out of here with a win tonight.
They've got guys that are young but have the confidence to take those shots, and that confidence gets fostered from the strength of schedule that they have tackled of late.
And hopefully now with knocking down 2 threes, it'll bring Henry Clay's defense out a little farther, and you can
take
get some
advantage
layups
with Marino and Godfrey.
Yeah.
You've got those 2 towering presences inside, 6'10" and maybe 6'6" and a half in Godfrey. Right now, they'll be playing defense. They could use some block shots, too, as Henry Clay has had more success inside than a lot of teams. Lynch, the feathery touch down low here in the fourth quarter. He'll take the ball up top right now. Get it to Wicker. Wicker to Brown. Thought about a tying 3. Ball fake instead. Dawson got his hands in there, but Henderson recovered. Now drives the baseline. Blocked by Marino. Rebound, Skierman. They had numbers momentarily, but now Dawson will kick it back to Skierman for 3. Yeah! 6-point lead. 3 in a row from 3 different sources. Ties first points of the night. Brown will try to answer. No. Rebound, Blackwell. A little bump from Dawson.
What a great sequence. Good defense. Under control offense. Scareman from the trail spot. It's good to see him knock down a three.
Blackwell, with the clock stopped at 2:33, makes the first free throw. Henry Clay, if they don't come out on the winning end, they can certainly wonder what if with their free throw percentage tonight. But Blackwell with a chance to get it back within 4 now. You got the momentum if you're Great Crossing, but you cannot get careless as they have been at times with the basketball tonight. Blackwell makes the second, 57-53.
That one hit the back of the rim so hard it just died and fell into the basket. Here's the press again. You need to be able to handle this.
Get it to Skierman ahead to Godfrey. They have Marino alone under the basket. They're going to foul, and boy, that was – you got to get all of it if you're Henry Clay and not give him a chance at a three-point play, which they did. Conlon Brown commits the foul, his second. Clock stops at 2:24. It's the Hack-a-Malachi strategy. He's 2 for 3 from the line in this quarter. He has 16 points on the night. Strong on that one. 4-point lead remains, 2:24 to play.
Yeah, he had a chance for an and one there. If it was just take it a little stronger, he could have made that basket and then just been shooting one free throw.
He will roll in the second. The rims that were just changed over the holidays here loosened up a little bit with a few dunks. We saw some of that GRC game a couple weeks ago. 5-point game, 2:15 to play. Conlon Brown, deep three, short. Rebound Skierman. He was not going to be denied. Up ahead to Burrell, to Godfrey, 2-on-1. Brown gets the foul, and Godfrey will go to the line at the 2:05 mark. Ty Skierman with 4 fouls, just going up and getting it on the defensive end.
You know, Malachi got caught that time out on the three-point shooter, and then he almost left him. They got confused on their defensive strategy. Well, then both of them jumped at him. So when he missed it,
Godfrey bangs in the first free throw. 6-point game.
Ty was the only one left down there under the basket with 3 Henry Clay guys, and to come out with that rebound strong.
Misses the second. Had a chance to make it a 3-possession game. It's still 6, 59-53. 2 minutes to go. Henderson guarded by Dawson. $150 to play. Blackwell. Skierman on him. Blackwell takes it at Marino. No. Marino rebound. Advantage Warhawks. Marino outlet to Skierman. Skierman takes it to the baseline. Kicks it to Dawson. Tip stolen. 2-on-1 Henry Clay. Blackwell with the finish. Minute 28 to play. 4-point game.
That was an opportunity right there. We had the ball and had a chance for a layup in the full court, but couldn't get there quick enough. And then we couldn't pull it back out to run some time off the clock. Henry Clay's good at getting their hands on the ball and the fingertips on the deflections. Turned into a turnover and an easy basket. 4-point game, 1:28 to go. Down to the wire. It's going to be fun.
That 128 is going to take a while to play, I think. It's going to be, if you're smart, and I'm sure Daniel Brown is saying this, you can put them on the line. Their free throw percentage has been suspect at times, and maybe we're being kind. But,
they could both go with that strategy tonight.
I was going to say Henry Clay has returned the favor. It has not been a thing of beauty from the charity stripe. This game, it was a defensive struggle, but it could be around 70-70 if both teams had cashed in their opportunities there. So, not to mention turnovers, which Great Crossing has committed about 2.5 times as many as Henry Clay, upwards of 20. Statistics say you shouldn't be able to win in that situation, but they are up 4 with 88 seconds to play in pursuit of their 20th win of the season. Trey Dawson will inbound it to Burrell. Burrell, a reach-in foul by Madison. And I like the idea of sending Burrell to the line right now, knock on wood, as he's hit his last 5.
Great crossing, number 22, Spearman for Henry Clay.
First foul for Madison. There are going to be a lot of defense and offensive substitutions here, both ways, I would imagine.
Burrell on the line, shooting the ball.
It's 1-1. The next one will be double bonus. Burrell missed that one, too strong. The door is ajar. 1:19 to play. Two-possession game, 59-55. Henderson. Guarded by Dawson. Finds Blackwell. Dribbles behind his back. Drive. Kick. Three-point attempt from Hawkins. True. 59-58. Hawkins is hit twice from that corner. Minute to play. Great crossing. Throws it away. My goodness.
Great crossing, number 11, Richardson.
And now you got to get a stop.
1 minute to go.
Henderson coming down to the wire again for Henry Clay. Up north. Stolen by Burrell.
Good defense.
And don't forget the next foul is 10 and a double bonus. At least you got that going for you if you're great crossing. Right now, just drain some clock. 35 seconds. Dawson guarded by Henderson. Screen from Skierman. Dawson kicks to Skierman. Three-point dagger. No. Rebound. Marino. Fouled.
Yeah.
24.4 seconds to play. Probably not the shot that Coach Page wanted, similar to last night's game, but if it goes in, you're happy. You say, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. The good news is offensive rebound, and now Malachi with a chance to get at least two of them here. Makes the first, 60-58. Malachi with 6 points in the fourth quarter, 18 on the night. Makes them both.
That's two clutch free throws right there by the big fella.
Timeout on the floor. He's going to be put in that spot a lot in his career, and he continues to improve in that regard from the free throw line.
I was surprised that Daniel Brown let so much time run off the clock with us passing the ball around that he didn't go for the continue the put us at
the hack
free throw line.
philosophy. Yeah. The double bonus does change the situation a little bit there, but you got to figure statistically you still got a chance. Maybe they make one of two, give you an opportunity. Now, unless you make the cardinal sin of fouling a jump shooter, they can only tie. Hawkins has hit two in this quarter. Brown has been held to one on the night, but you can't leave him open.
Hawkins, that's amazing to me. He's not played, 6 minutes in the whole game? And the two open shots that he's gotten have been from the exact same spot on the right wing, and he has drilled them both.
I'm going to guess, based on the family resemblance, he's the younger brother of Harris Hawkins, who was a heck of a player for this team back in the heyday of that great Scott County team that they played every year, it seemed like, in the district finals and eventually at regions. 20 seconds. Henry Clay down three with the ball. Blackwell takes it at Marino. And Marino is going to get called for the foul. That's going to be an and one opportunity for Blackwell to tie the game with 14.8 seconds left.
I tell you what, that's a tough take by Blackwell. Left-hander going to his left off the ball screen and just took it right into Malachi's chest so he couldn't jump and extended his arm enough to finish the shot.
First foul on Malachi Marino. Blackwell taking his time. It got noisy in here, but he made it. 61 each. Great crossing. Going to play for one, we would hope. Either win it or go to overtime. Don't throw it away. 7 seconds. Dawson They've won at the buzzer once this year already. Dawson at the elbow. Drew the contact. Who are they going to get? Either Henderson or Lynch. 1.5 seconds. It's on Henderson, his fourth, and Dawson is going to get a chance to salt it away, hopefully, at the free throw line. Second and a half's a lot of time, though.
They cleared it out for Vince at the top. Let him take his left-handed dribble to pull up from the free throw line. And
makes the first. Dawson, who had the buzzer beater earlier this season here on the network. And Daniel Brown's going to call timeout. Second and a half. This is a crucial timeout for both teams, because you got to know, if you're the Warhawks, what to do if he makes or misses.
these kind of situations, you just grow up so quick. It's great to see Vince Dawson be willing to take that shot, get fouled, and then go to the line and have the wherewithal to just knock that free throw down. Hopefully he'll make this one as well. Of course, there is a strategy where you miss this second one on purpose.
Right.
So that
and you hope their hometown clock operator starts things on time. We shall see. Second and a half away from a signature win, perhaps the 20th of the season. Every win from here on out is a school record for one season. Dawson taking his time. Much quieter for him than it was for AZ Blackwell. Makes them both. Another timeout. This one for Steve Page, his last. Brown spent his final timeout before. 63-61, and now just don't foul.
Don't foul.
Don't send him to the line.
Hope that Leitner's not on the floor.
Spoken like a true Central Kentuckian.
Never forget.
Nope. Coming up on the 30th anniversary. A lot of people are already speculating that maybe those two teams could be the 1 or 2 seeds in a region, and the Demons could be exercised in the same game.
Yeah, this Central Kentucky guy just soon do get beat by Murray State in the first round.
It's going to be a good tournament. I know that. There's just no clear consensus favorite anymore. Gonzaga quietly having another fabulous year out west. Arizona, Auburn. Lynch, inbound pass. The turnaround from Blackwell in front of his own bench. Just long caught the back of the rim. Great crossing, wins its 20th. 63-61. That's a better look than I wanted them to have, Keith.
That was a good play. They got it for that. I mean, that's a good look with 1.5 seconds on the clock, and you get that look to end the game. Fadeaway three-pointer from about, 3 or 4 feet behind the line. Blackwell's had a great game. This was fun. Good to see great crossings. They had a chance to put their heads down, and they did not. They bowed their necks, decided they were not going to lose this game, made the plays that it took to win, made the free throws that it took to win. See you, Steve. Some big three-pointers there at the end by Burrell and by Vince, and then several free throws made in the clutch moments there, which is a confidence builder in all things for a team that's still shooting 59% from the line. They made them when it counted tonight.
This is not final stats. This is third quarter stats. Well, that's okay. We won't have final stats, but I can give you some points. I can tell you that Trey Dawson had 18. I can tell you that Malachi Marino had 19. Janias Burrell 16, so great balance tonight. Godfrey with 5, Skierman with a big 3, Richardson with 2. That does add up to 63. I'm amazed. AZ Blackwell 19, Kanye Henderson 16, Henry Lynch 10, Mason Hawkins 6. There it is. You're not supposed to be able to win when you commit 23 turnovers to the other team's 11. I will tell you the other stat that went the other way, though. Great Crossing plus 13 in the rebounds and also 13 for 19 from the line. Got it done.
I would guess their field goal percentage was pretty good, too.
52.3 compared to Henry Clay's 42.1. And again, a lot of that is a product. Malachi Marino only blocked 1 shot tonight, but he altered a heck of a lot.
Yes. Had a good game and made some clutch free throws himself down at the end.
This, I forgot I had to give a Georgetown Community Hospital player of the game. I wish I could break it into thirds. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to say for hitting the big 3 and then the free throw, I'm going to give it to Trey Dawson. But you could easily give it to Malachi Marino. You could easily give it to Janias Burrell.
And Skierman. They
Skierman
all
hit a
games.
huge 3.
Yes.
I'm telling you what, his play exceeds everything on the stat sheet this year.
And that's how you want it coming to the end of February.
That's what you want from a senior, for sure, on a team dominated by freshmen. Keith, it's been fun. Let's do it again real soon. I think we will, like Thursday night.
We'll do it
here.
Thursday, absolutely.
St. Henry and Great Crossing back here. Same place, same time, same channel. On behalf of Brett Smith, Keith Greiser, Mike and James Scoggin, DT Wells, I'm merely Cal Oaks saying good night, God bless. Your final score, one final time. Great Crossing with its 20th win of the season, 63. Henry Clay, 61. See you Thursday, everybody.
Thanks, Cal.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Good night. Yeah, that was fun.